Your mission, should you choose to accept, is to explore the PowerPoint 2007 interface and master the skills of inserting and formatting text and WordArt. You will need these skills to complete your final mission, which will be revealed at a later date. Good luck. Let's get started. First, I need to open the PowerPoint program. I'm going to go down to the Start. I'm going to click Start, and I'm going to highlight All Programs. And I'm going to look up here for Microsoft Office. And this will show me all the Office programs on my computer. And I'm going to go for PowerPoint 2007. So I'm going to click. And today's mission is to master the skills of inserting and formatting text and WordArt. The default slide is a title slide, but I just want a blank slide. So I'm going to go up to Layout, and I'm going to select Blank Slide. And that'll change my slide into a blank slide. First, I want to insert WordArt. So I'm going to go up to Insert tab, and I'm going to click. And here it gives me all the things that I can insert. But I want some text, so I'm going for WordArt. I'm going to click WordArt. Oh, lots of choices here. I think I'm going to select this one. And they want me to type my text. So I'm going to type my name. And I'm going to kind of click to highlight the whole thing. And notice how the pointer, when I get right on the edge of my WordArt, it turns into a different type of pointer, a couple of cross arrows. And once I click on that, then I can make changes to my entire text. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up to the text fill. And this would be what color it is. So my actual fill color for my text. And I don't know, I think I like this one. And then I've got my text outline. This is the color that goes around the outside. And I can kind of play with, see the little red coming in here? It's the outline of each letter. Okay. But I think I want something like this. So I'm going to click here. The fun one is the text effects. I can have a shadow. So you can see how the shadow is changing depending on what I'd like. I think I just want a little shadow. I'll put that in. I can also get a reflection. Here's some reflections. And you can see how the shadow is changing on this. I think I'm going to leave it right about there. And I can have a glow around my letters. Notice how they change. Get a purple glow or a blue glow. I don't want much. How about just a little bit? So I'm going to click there. The next option is a bevel. And that would be no bevel. But you can see how it's changing. It kind of stands out. I don't know. I think I'm going to go back the way it was. And let's see. 3D rotation. So I can actually move my text around to make it look like it's 3D. Here's some others that are very different. But I think I'm going to Well, I kind of like that a little bit. That gives me a little bit of a shadow. I think I'm going to go with this one. And one more is transformation. And this is kind of interesting because I can give it a shape. Oh. And there's many different options here. There's even some more down below. So I could do something like that. Okay. Lots of different options here. I'm just going to leave mine the same. Maybe, no. No, I'm going to stay the same. Okay, so now I have my text. The other area I'd like you to look at is the shape fill. This is the fill color inside the box. Let me show you what that'll do. Notice how the color is changing. So I can change my color if I'd like. I can also go to a gradient and change it that way. But I think I'm going to go for something very light and go for that one. Next is the outline. Now this is the outline around the entire box. So I'm going to go down here and, you know, I think I want something pretty heavy. Oh, that's getting heavy. Now that's really heavy. Maybe not quite like that. Alright, maybe something like that. And that would be the outline around the outside of my text box. The next one, very similar. We have shadows. And this is for the text box. And reflections. And glow. So I could have a glow around my box. Soft edges. Now, because I've got that border, I'm not getting much. And I could have a bevel around the whole thing. Still not much. I can rotate it. And you can see how it's going there. I think I'm just going to leave it the same. Okay. What you want to do is come up with a text box. I can make it smaller, bring it in. Okay. I'm going to do undo. Because notice how it makes my letters closer together. If I want to do it in the same, just make it smaller, I could do something like that. Make it big again. That's for your text. If I go to home, I still have all the options as before. I can change the style of text, the font, what font's being used. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I like that one. And what you're going to want to do is come up with a text or a WordArt that you use for your name. So find something that looks good, and I can change all of these. So once I've decided on my WordArt, then I need to include some text. So I'm going to go back to Insert, and this time I'm going to insert a text box. So I can make it any size I want. I'm going to put it like that. And I'm going to take and write, I was born in San Gabriel, California. Now that looks a little small. I'm going to click on the entire box. Remember how I click just at the edge? Alright, and I want to make it a little larger. So I can make this larger by just clicking. Oh, maybe I want to make it a little smaller. I can also narrow the area. Oh, that doesn't look very good. But I can move it around, I can change it. I can also go over to the fonts again and choose a font that I like. Remember, this is a presentation and you'll need your text fairly large, so I might go a little bit larger here. So I'm going to go back to formatting my text box. I have some choices again. I can change the fill on the text. It's basically changing the color of the text, but I think I'm going to leave mine the way it is. Also the outline, so I'm not going to see much on this type of text, but you can see a little bit with some of the brighter colors. And text effects, here's my shadow again, reflection, a glow, a bevel. And if I put a glow on, you can see I've got a little bit of color around each letter. Maybe I don't want very much. Bring it up. A bevel or 3D rotation. I can rotate it around again. But I'm going to keep the same. And I could give it a little shape, but I think I'm going to leave it the same. Okay. Also, same as with the WordArt, I can give a color to the fill around the box. So you can see how the box is changing here and coming down. I can also put a outline around the outside and give my box a shape. And here again I can do the glow, the shadow, the reflection, all the same choices that I had for the WordArt. Now on a slide you're going to want your name, and then you're also going to need some text. So I'd like you to go ahead and play around and find some styles that you like, because your first slide is going to have your name on it in WordArt and then some text telling something about you. Go ahead and play around with these, and if you find something you really like, put it on one of your backgrounds and see how it looks. You might want to change your background, but I'd like you to experiment with text boxes. To move a text box, if I click on it, I can move it around. Another way to move my text boxes around, or my WordArt, is to use the arrow keys on the keyboard. Okay, I can move it up, I can move it down, I can move it to the side. Okay, my text, I can give it one of these borders if I wanted to. They've got a bunch of little borders if you happen to like any of these styles. Okay, so your mission is to master the skills of inserting and formatting your text and WordArt. So have fun.